Hello all of you. In this class, we will see some code snippets for 2 marks. That's for the 9th standard, from 9th standard to 12th standard. All of you can practice. So here, the first question. Write a valid for statement for the following do while. There is a given question, code snippet has given in do while. You need to rewrite into for loop. So to initialization part m equal to 7, p equal to 1, do the condition if m modulus 2 double equal to 0, then p equal to p into m. The increment has given here, while is terminated with semicolon. So how will you write? This is a do while loop. So how will you rewrite this do while into for? All of you know how to write the for statement. First part is the initialization part. So here we are initializing is to declaring the value m equal to m and p equal to 1. So first one in the for loop, first is the initialization part. So m is equal to 7 because here mostly we are using condition m. That's why m equal to 7 semicolon. What is the condition? M less than or equal to 25. Then what is the increment value of m? M plus plus. So we are writing as m plus plus. Open the braces. Whatever condition we need that we can give. The condition is m modulus 2 double equal to 0. Then we need to multiply, that is p into equal to m. Semicolon. Close the braces. This is the way we will write this do while into while. Do while into for. You can write one more thing here. You can add this p equal to 1 initialization here also. The same how. You can write like this for. First declare it int m and p for m is equal to 7. Both initialization here, multi initialization. So p equal to 1. We can give it here itself. Semicolon m less than or equal to 25. There is no more condition, only one condition is there. There is no condition for p and there is no update expression for p variable. P only initialization purpose. The next, open the braces. If m modulus 2 double equal to 0, then p into equal to m. Semicolon, close the braces. So either this way or that way you can write it. Okay, this is the answer. This is the answer I have given here. So this is the way we will rewrite do while into for. The second question, which one of the following is an infinite loop? You know that what is an infinite loop? If test expression is missing or not matching in for loop, the loop becomes an infinite loop. In other words, we can tell the loop which never ends is known as infinite loop. So the mainly two conditions, one is the test expression is missing. Second one is the test expression is not matching with the given one. So then it is an infinite loop. So here let's see which option is infinite one. Here the first one, for a equal to 0, a less than 20 and a minus minus. So first of all, it's initialize the value 0, 0 less than 20, yes, that is true, and after executing it, it will come here as a minus minus. Minus minus means minus 1, like it will go, it minus 3, it doesn't meet this particular expression, is it? Test expression. It doesn't satisfy the given test expression. That means this particular loop will continue, it never ends. So this is an infinite loop. Then the second one, while a greater than 20, yes, condition a plus plus, that means if we have given the values a equal to 0 means it will continue. A equal to 1, A equal to 2, like this. a becomes 20 also, while a greater than 20 and 21. When a greater than 21, it becomes a, actually this is a finite loop. This is a finite loop. Second one is a finite loop. Third one, a equal to 0, a less than 20, a plus plus. Instead of a minus minus, here a plus plus is there. Actually a plus plus means that is a finite loop. It will come and it will satisfy the given condition. So this is a finite one. Then next fourth one, instead of a plus plus, here has given us a equal to a plus 2. Initialize the value is missing, but we can initialize above that for statement. All the condition and the given expression is satisfiable. That's why these are three are finite loop. The first one is the infinite loop. Okay. So what is an infinite loop? If the test expression is missing or not matching in the for loop, the loop becomes an infinite loop. So here the first option is infinite. The third, that is a program. You should write a valid program code to print the following numbers in different lines using a for loop. No need to enter the entire program. Only that particular snippet or that particular part of the program we have to write it using the for loop. So we need to display the particular given values in separate or different lines. So you know what is the statement we have to use. For loop, so we are starting with for. These all are double value, double data type. So just to declare a variable double a semicolon. So you can write a equal to starting value of this one is 2.5. So you have to give the same value 2.5. Then what is still where we need to display? Yeah, a less than or equal to 6.5 is the condition. Last value. That's why 6.5 you need to display. Then what is the difference between these two? How it's generating 2.5, then 3.5. That means here 0.5 values adding. 2.5 plus 0.5, 3 plus 0.5 is 3.5, is it? So we can give an increment of value like a plus equal to 0.5. Can we? Yes, a plus equal to 0.5. Then what we have to do? We have to print in different lines. So for that, what concept? What system dot out dot println. That means after each value it will comes in the next line. A. So this is the code snippet to print that particular given values in different lines using the for loop. Okay. It's a double data type. Declare the double starting value and end values, the give condition, test expression. We have what type, how many, that is the increment we are giving as 0.5 and print the value as println method. Okay, the next question, analyze the following program code and determine how many times the loop will be executed and what will be the output of the program segment. Yes, here in P, initialize the value while true. Inside the while loop has given the if condition, break, then statement, close it. Is it? Yeah, while of true. What do you mean by this? While of true means it is used to indicate the infinite loops. They will loop forever because true is always true. They are generally used when we have to do something until a certain condition satisfies. So we can consider this true. That means some values there, it is always true. So we will come here to P less than 100. What is the value of P? P is initialized as 200. So 200 less than 100. 200 less than 100. The condition is false. If the condition is true means the break statement has to execute. Here the condition is false. If it is false means it will calculate P equal to P minus 20. P equal to P minus 20. So what is the value of P? P 200 minus 20. 180 is the value. So now we got 180. And the first loop it executed and we get the value P as 180. Again, while the condition is true, 180 less than 100. Yes. So P equal to 180 minus 20. So we will get 160. The third loop, 160 less than 100. P equal to 140. The next one, fourth one, 140 less than fourth time. 140 less than 100, P equal to 120. The next one, 5, number of times, fifth time the loop is executing. So we will get 120 less than 100. Value of P equal to 100. 120 minus 20, 100. Again in the sixth time, 100 less than 100. The condition is true, is not equal to, so we can continue the same. P equal to 100 minus 20, that is 80. So in the seventh loop, seventh time, 80 less than 100. The condition becomes true and it will execute the break statement. It will execute the break statement. So final value, how many times it executed, the loop executed how many times? 7 times. Listen the question, how many times the loop will be executed? It is executed, number of times is, 7 times it executed. Then the value of P is equal to 80. This is the answer. Number of times 7, value of P is updated as 80. So here 80 less than 100, that means here 80 less than 100, the condition true, so it will execute a break statement. Break means it will come out of the while loop, and it will print the value P as 80. Fifth question, state number of iteration for the following 2 loops. This one you just try yourself and comment, answer in the comment box. Okay. Thank you all of you.